Hello Simmers, welcome back to another Speedbuild video. I hope you guys are having a fan-friggin-tastic lockdown. I hope you're safe if you aren't, keeping very far away from that corona. I am pretty sure this is number 8 of my Speedbuild series. Excuse me. This is take 2 of my voiceover because not long ago the original got corrupted and I lost footage, or lost the editing footage. This is essentially a what's the word I want to use? Eco style house. I don't have the pack yet, but I wanted to make a house somewhat close to the idea of like living eco-friendly like and stuff. This is really one of the hardest builds I've ever had to come up with, mainly because I did not have a plan. I did not have a sketch or a floor plan or any of that to get this done. It was incredibly hard. Roofing and everything was hard. By far, I think the easiest thing I had to do for this was the greenhouse area. This was originally this took me a while. Most of this is thanks to very nice people I met on Twitch. Fiery Faye, Bansheesaurusrex, Cleargeek, and Frontlinegamerftw. All of this started during a stream, I forget which one. There will be a link in the description down below to each of their Twitch channels. If you want to go and follow them there, I highly recommend it. They make amazing Twitch content. Basically, it was a whole conversation about new packs and stuff, mainly the eco pack and a couple of other packs I completely forgot, and it was just so much fun. So I highly recommend you guys go and check them out. Really amazing. So back to this. This build took about 5 hours, technically 2 days, mainly because I got lazy and only did part of the build one day for 1 hour and then the rest in the 4 hours. Excuse me for a second. There wasn't really concrete ideas when it came to this build. Having to put things together off the top of my head. Normally I go into this with like reference pictures or a sketch or just something next to me that I can like use off of like all my other previous builds. Like all of those have been used with a reference picture or a sketch or just a floor plan in general. If this is like a school project, I'd get the lowest mark in my class just because floor plan was just so poorly done, if I had to come to think about it. Because imagine this, having to get to the kitchen. You either have to walk to the bathroom or the bedroom just to get to the kitchen and the living room. So it was a big issue entirely. But in the end, this was really fun and enjoyable to do. It was just like a fresh taste, especially since it's been so long since I have played The Sims. So coming back to it and seeing all these amazing things added to the game, like ladders. Like this is just the base game. Ladders, new wallpapers and stuff. Like I was really happy to see all this new stuff and excited to use this stuff. I haven't used a lot of the stuff that's new. I actually decided to go with mods just to like make it feel more eco-like. I don't know what the word is. But it was really fulfilling. I just having to see all of this come together. At first I didn't know what I was doing and I was really worried that it wouldn't look I can't speak. It wouldn't look all that great, but in the end, I'm just really proud of how this turned out. There's quite a lot of things I could have done, like putting the bathroom next to the bedroom, but in the end, if I had done that, the entire house would just look a lot more empty than it does now, if I had chosen to gone down that path. As for roofing, it was incredibly hard. It was just so hard to decide what I wanted to use for the roof, but eventually I came to the idea that I wanted to make it look hobbit, like modern hobbit. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. We'll call it the modern hobbit. It was I just found it a lot more easier than having to struggle through going through all the different types of roofing this game has. I couldn't just go for like the basic stuff, otherwise the house would just look blander than it already does without the greenery. So choosing to use like grass on top of the roof, because I've seen that done in like many other houses and I thought those were amazing, so I just decided, you know what, let's just smash hobbit holes and pacifier. I don't know why I picked pacifier of all movies together, and we'll make this amazing house. This kind of does look like my old house now that I think about it, but hey. In the end, it just became fun. I wish I could do a hobbit voice, like a Smeagol voice for this, but hey, who knows. I didn't want to go for the basic generic, oh, it's an eco-style house, because you can have plants and stuff on the inside. I wanted to be shown on the inside and the outside with an indoor what's the word, indoor greenhouse, and with the plants on the outside, just to give it more color than just the basic brown. This is a step away from my usual modern, with like my black and white, aside from the inside rooms that have black and whites all over and beiges. But in the end, I'm just incredibly proud with how this turned out. It actually pushed very far from the alien look, and ended up feeling a lot more homely. This build, I don't know if I said this already, but this build does have mods in it, so I will be linking, or not linking, but I will be saying down in the description down below which mods I did use, just because I don't think I'd be able to find the mods I used for this. Excuse me. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to change things up. I know this isn't really a professional build, which brings me to another topic. I was having a conversation with Fiery Faye, again, links to her Twitch in the description down below, about how some people can't do this, like builds and drawings and stuff. And it's in my opinion, it's not a matter of you can't do it. It's just a matter of you can. You're just not skilled enough to get to that point where you're at like little Simsies level, or John Turner. I forgot what his YouTube name is. Like, you wouldn't say this, like, my very first video on this channel is a speed build video, and you wouldn't say that is my first, but really it is my very, very, very first speed build, and it came out extremely well, and I'm really proud. It's all a matter of finding a style. So like, if you were to start drawing now, the basic stickman is currently your style. If you were to develop that, you would end up getting a more well-defined, loose kind of style, like drawing, and like you end up learning like stuff about shading and all of that, and you end up like feeling a lot more fulfilled with what you do. Anyway, back to the build. I think the thing I hated most about this build was adding the grass on the roof. It was just so tedious having to put each bit of grass separately and not all at once. wish they had added that feature where you could just put everything down at once and then just raise it at once. Cause I mean, I think I spent about 2-3 hours on placing separately and making sure I didn't make mistakes. In the end, it did come together, and like it felt fulfilling that I did it. But still, really wish I didn't have to place every bit of grass decoration and plant decoration at once, one at a time. It was just very tedious and painful to go through it. But at the same time, it was pleasing because it didn't trigger OCD. I'm very OCD. Please subscribe to be part of the OCD 5 Ever team. I'm going at this without a script, and I really hate myself for not writing a script. With all of this, I decided to play around with what I had with each grass to add like flowers and stuff just to give it color instead of just being that base green. Because at this point, I really hate green as a color at all. I'm not saying that I hate plants. Go team trees. But altogether, just placing each one separately was just unbearable and painful as it was. And I really wish I didn't have to go through it. I mean, I probably end up doing it again at some point, like redoing this entire build and seeing what I could do to make it better, like 3 years in the future from now. I don't know. Pushing through, floor design and everything for this house alone was quite an adventure. Like I said earlier in the video, doing this, like making the floor plan the way it is, would really dock me a lot of points if it was in an assignment, because you can't expect someone to walk through a bathroom to get to the kitchen or a bedroom to get into the kitchen, because just now someone is sleeping or someone is busy in the bathroom like showering, and it's a big inconvenience. But then again, this is The Sims. Anything can happen. You could be a vampire married to a werewolf and it wouldn't matter. So the floor plan by itself wasn't really an issue. Excuse me. I did this voiceover once and my voice is really strained, and I haven't drank any water right now. Really regret not drinking water. I'm probably gonna have like an energy drink later, just to replenish whatever energy I have. Anyway, big thanks to Fiery Faye, Frontline Gamer, Bansheesaurusrex, and Cleargeek, to name a few of the people that got me into doing this. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be, this video wouldn't be a thing. You guys really inspired a lot. Aside from the base Sims 3 build, if I decide to ever put a picture of it up on stream, otherwise I'll show it off in another video. Just try and remind me in the comments down below that, hey, you need to show us this build. A lot of people who have played The Sims know exactly what build I'm talking about. Like if you look at this, it'll sort of remind you. It's that house with pools surrounding it. It goes underneath it and all of that. And it's really fancy, and I love it. Oh, Cleargeek is streaming. Okay, I'll go join him later. Anyway, I'm probably not gonna cut off from this audio because I'm really tired and I couldn't care less right now, and I just really want to get this over and done with. Not that I'm saying I don't enjoy this. It's just doing this a second time really hurts. Thanks to losing a lot of footage. What was I saying earlier? What was I getting? Doing this grass placement at first was very painful, because I had to make sure that everything isn't like either overlapping or was a bit too low or too high. It just needed to be at the right height. So in the end, I did manage to fit into a groove and learned that if I kept the arrow from like going over the grass, and it would be fine. And turned out to be pretty good. Oh, what was I saying? I lost track of what I was saying because a Discord message came through. I was just thinking about this now. What else am I missing? A lot of this took really a lot of time, and this would have been done a lot sooner if I hadn't had lost footage and other issues before. Like I said, like the streamers I've mentioned were my rock. I've been through so much in the last few days, and just knowing that they were there for me means the world to me. And honestly, if you like really like seeing like Stardew content, Sims content, just like even like Megaquarium, I highly recommend you guys go and check them out. Links in the description down below. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that throughout this video. What else can I say? Aside from all the tediousness, this was very fun to do. It's just like playing around with what I can do. It took me a while to remember that there are glass roofs. So this has honestly brought the idea of, I don't know, maybe doing like a three-part, what's it series? Like a three-part hotel build, or just like an economy. I don't know. But it should be fun. I mean, lots of fun. But like, it should be interesting to see what I could come up with that. And I'll probably end up doing it without a plan either. In the near coming future, I will be uploading another 100 baby episode. I think if I can fix what's happened to like my CC, I should be able to think. Otherwise, I should be able to continue. Otherwise, I'll just go at it anyway, even if I can't fix the CC. Speaking of CC, Sims had come up with like a recent patch, which caused quite an inconvenience with the bugs. I know normally if they patch something, they fix bugs, but this recent patch seemed to have brought in more bugs than the amounts they could have fixed. Speaking of like plants that disappeared, I think the plants that disappeared was like just because of the new patch that came through, the eco living, along with some saves being reset. One for me was, what was the issue I ran into with this? I completely forgot what issue I ran into with this, but I did run into a big issue in the making of this video. I'll probably end up seeing it later in this video, but I'm not sure. But a lot of people are having these issues because of this patch, and if like anyone knows how to fix the like missing save files, or just like plants in general just vanishing in thin air, or like resetting, just let me down in the description below if you know how to fix that. A lot of times me just like randomly stopping in the middle of this video, just trying to figure out what I need to do next, where I want to put things, and like where I want to put things, along with what was I gonna say? Like where I want to like have stuff placed, how much colors, am I doing this or this right? And I'm really proud of what came. I was really happy to see how many new items were added to the base game, because if many of you know, in The Sims 3, not many updates had come through, like to improve gameplay and stuff that they're doing now for The Sims 4. So they never added that many items to The Sims 3 base game. They mainly just threw in a pack, left it at that, started in another pack, threw in that pack, and you would only get new in-game items from buying new packs. which was like a real issue. But I'm so happy that they're giving like older packs more love than they are with new in-game packs. Although I really wish they would like either add cars and stuff or make it open world, or just there's a lot of stuff they could add to make The Sims 4 better than it already is, even though it's an amazing game. I mean, The Sims 4 has been out since 2017, if I remember correctly. That's when I got it. When like packs weren't even thing. I think this is when, I think if I remember correctly, the first pack Get to Work came out in 2017, and so around the same time, The Sims 4 came out. And I really regret nothing. But like there were so many things in The Sims that we see now that wasn't there. Like if you were to go into the map, the map had absolutely no color. Like you would only get color if you hovered over a specific area. And the entire thing was just gray. And there weren't any like area names. Like if you were to go into the like build mode, there were quite a lot of doors that weren't there, and there were quite a lot of doors that were there. There was just so many things they removed and added, and then they removed it again and then re-added in the later future. I remember I got at one point I got so bored of The Sims 4 that I decided to not play it for a couple of years. I only recently just started playing The Sims 4 again. And honestly, I'm really happy to see how far The Sims 4 has come since I first started playing it. Eventually, I know that there will be a Sims 5. This is why I'm taking it slow with the packs, because I know if I keep buying Sims packs and Sims 5 comes out, then what's the point of buying other game packs? I mean, I mean, a lot of people are already trying to, but I mean, there is already like talk about a Sims 5 coming out. I might be wrong, but I mean, my friend told me about this, about there being another Sims 5 pack coming out, and it's crazy because I mean, Sims 4 has only been out since 2017 or 2016. I have to read about what the game thing says, and the fact that they're thinking about bringing in Sims 5 is crazy. So if they're in the middle of development, they're really doing their best to hide it. Like they haven't really announced anything, but like it's getting to that point where there's enough packs in The Sims 4 that they can move over to Sims 3 and like learn from what they've done in The Sims 4 and add in a Sims 4 Into the Future expansion. Which, if you remember Sims 3 Into the Future expansion, that was freaking amazing. Like they added so many things that later showed up in The Sims 4. Like they had shown us what they can do. Like in Sims 3, there wasn't that thing where you could go into different game maps until you added the Sims 3 Into the Future, which is now showing prominently in the bathtubs. This reminds me of that song, "Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round." What was I saying? Like it's a lot of stuff that was in Sims 3 Into the Future is showing prominently in the Sims 4, but that's because they were decided to bring in a lot of the Sims 4 features into the Sims 3 so people can enjoy it basically like a demo. So yes, at one point we thought things are just going to look a lot more futuristic-y thanks to Sims 3 Into the Future, but really they did have a couple of like sneak peeks. Like if you manage to get into like the spaceship in like the desert area of the Sims 3, like I'll show you one day if I ever decide to go back into the Sims 3. Like there's an area where you can like get like this little thing and you like hologram kind of thing, and it would show you like beginning art of the Sims 4, and it looked amazing. It was mind-blowing to see what they could do. But then Sims 4 came out and was kind of let down when they took away the open world aspect and the open world aspect and cars. Like those were a huge thing in the Sims 3, and they decided to take a huge step back. Oh, my throat is killing me. um, Now, as for this, I spent quite a lot of time staring at that fridge because it just wouldn't line up with the counters on top, with the counters at the bottom. I should say cupboards, not counters. It really triggered my OCD. Subscribe to be part of the OCD 5 ever team. Um, yeah, what was I saying before this? There's just so much they did in The Sims 4, which is just mind blowing, but also sad that they took such a huge step back. I mean, games nowadays are just like taking a complete like turnaround from the basic gameplay. Like take Legend of Zelda. Normally it's join the game, name your character, go do some dungeons, solve puzzles and stuff. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out and it's like a huge slap in the face of open world, no loading screens, and you just do what you want when you want, die however you want to, and it's just so much fun. And I just wish they would bring that aspect into The Sims 4 again. Hopefully they'll do it with The Sims 5. I mean, we were talking about it over a stream the other day, um, about how we wish there would be multiplayer in the game, like just to bring friends into the game and play around with them, which is probably going to make an appearance in The Sims 5. I know there's this new game that's coming out that everyone's so excited about, that's basically the new Sims, which is the competitor to this. I think I did sign up for the beta, so when the beta does release, I will be a part of it and I will probably be reviewing it. So please subscribe and like if you're excited for that. But anyway, I've been saying subscribe and like a lot now. I thought I'd go so long without it. I need my energy drink. I'm really running low. Let me know what you think about what what was I saying? Yeah, as for that competitor, like I saw like a couple of like gameplay bits of it, and that looked amazing. How much you could do for we'll call it a sim for now. I don't know what they plan to call it, what they plan to call the characters, and that looks absolutely mind blowing. How much you can do to the game, like everything. By the looks of what I saw, everything is customizable, completely customizable, and it is shocking. Like I am excited. I don't want to like blow it out of proportions to the point where I will get like hurt when stuff doesn't turn out to like the way I was like pushing things. But by the looks of things, things are amazing. I mean, you can resize your characters. This is so much like there's like by the looks of it, there's like fully customizable stuff, like fully customizable furniture, which is amazing. Whereas Sims, you need to get custom content before you can play with it. You can't customize base game stuff, which I wish was in the game. It's just amazing, and I'm excited to see it. How fun! Now back to The Sims. I was so excited to see new wallpapers. You could see me just messing around with what's new because I was like smiling like a hyena. I was so happy to see new stuff. It was just so amazing. I'm just so used to the idea of The Sims forgetting about the base game and whatever older packs they've created there and not updating the older games like they did for The Sims 3 and Sims 2 and Sims 1. I never played The Sims 1. I only played The Sims 2. So seeing all these new stuff was just like a breath of fresh air. I'm happy. I'm really happy how things turned out. Trying to decorate like this house with clutter was kind of hard. I did turn to mods, like I said. So if you do decide to take this off my gallery, link to gallery name will be down in the description down below if you'd like to go and check it out there. Please ensure that you either have mods or you're prepared to fill in the blanks or stuff that you, if you don't have the mods I've been using, you need. It's all I'm saying, because I did use quite a lot of mods. Normally I don't resort to using mods in this game, like for my speed build and character designs, if I ever decide to do character designs. But at this point I just really wanted to make it feel like it is a eco-living house, and not just the basic run-of-the-mill walk into a city and it's a basic. It's like I want people to like Sims to walk past his house, stop, admire the view, wonder, and just like look at it and think, wow, this really fits in well with the setting. Like you would think that this house is connected to the surroundings, instead of just being a separate building by itself, and be able to take a picture of it and then just go and like show it off. Because I mean, like I remember seeing a house, not a house, like a skyscraper with family, and it just looked like there were like these bubbles like that, like the entire thing was made out of bubbles, like there was holes everywhere, and it made you think that you could just go and sit there. I think this building is in Korea, and it's just amazing, hands down, flat amazing. Would love to visit. It's just amazing to see how creative people can get when it comes to making buildings and house design, and so much, and it's just daunting, absolutely daunting. Anyway, I may have to drink an energy drink after this. My throat really hurts. 36 minutes. I think I'm at that point of the video when I can start giving special thanks. So special thanks goes out to Fiery Faye, Frontline Games, Bansheesaurusrex, and Cleargeek, who all have Twitch and YouTube channels. So there will be links in the description down below to them. So please go and check them out. They are fantastic people. There will probably be a video coming up one of these days with a collab with either with one of them. I don't know. That's just to plan it out. So please look out forward to that. Special thanks to all of them. None of this would be possible without them. A lot of the ideas in this video came from them, and it's just amazing. Baby Yoda, when did they add that? Anyway, I think this is where I will leave off the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you'd like to see more, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you expect to see in the next video, which will most likely be the 100 baby video. There's not much I can plan for that video, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Until then, goodbye guys.